What is going on, guys? Xtimus here. So today I'm going to be showing you one of my brand new builds I'm super excited about, and this is the Chain Lightning Barbarian. Now, I was testing this build the other day on my stream, kind of just messing around with new builds. You guys know how I do when I create builds. I just do the most random stuff on there. So I came up with this Chain Lightning Barbarian. I really didn't think it was going to work that well, and it works pretty decently in 8-player games. On 1 to 4 players it works awesome. So I'm really excited to show you guys this build and give you a complete rundown of the items, the skills. Make sure you guys check the description below and you guys can skip to a different part of the video you want to see if it's the skills, items, or whatever it is. So also, guys, as you can see, I got a new DX Racer chair. No clickbait, I actually have a real DX Racer now. So I'm actually retiring the fake DX Racer. I'm coloring that I would always put on the back of my chair. So I'm super pumped about that, and I'm really comfortable playing games now. So we'll get into that on another video, and let's get to the build right now, guys. So basically, this is going to be a high damage dealing build. I'm not going to be focusing too much on survivability, but I'm going to give you guys the complete rundown with the gear first, because I feel like that's one of the first things you want to see in the build is what kind of gear, what is the gear in the build. So this is going to be a build where I'm going to be casting chain lightnings from Crescent Moon, and we'll just go into more details as I talk about the build. But I'm using 2 Crescent Moon phase blades, Griffin's Eye with the lightning facet in it, High Lord's Wrath. This is really nice for the increased attack speed, a little bit of lightning damage there. It's going to help me out. Ormus Robes. This is really good for the plus the lightning skill damage. That is going to be, you know, part of my lightning damage. So Ormus Robes is definitely a must. Not only is this going to be an elemental damaging Barbarian, this is also going to be a physical damage Barbarian. So I'm going to be combining both of them. With the gear that I have now, I was really adding a lot of elemental damage, so I went ahead and added some Goblin Toe boots. That's going to help out with some Crushing Blow, really nice damage. And I'm using 2 Wisp Projector amulets, and this is going to be a huge part of the build also, because it has a 10% chance to cast a level 16 lightning. Same thing with the 2 Crescent Moons, they give a 10% and a 7% chance to cast Chain Lightning and Static Field right there. So a lot of lightning damage is going to be coming out of this build. And as far as the belt goes, I'm using Arachnid Mesh. I really didn't think this was going to make or break the build. Obviously, I could just go with something else like Dungos. The belt really isn't a big deal here. Dracs are definitely a must on this build survivability. Since I'm going more for damage, I'm not going to be putting too many points in the battle orders. So having that life tap is really going to be important. Also, the chance to open wounds and all the other good stuff on Dracs is obviously awesome. And as far as my inventory goes, I just got some Warcry skill Grand Charms, the Annie, the Torch. On Switch, I have some gold daggers I was just messing around with for item find. Obviously, right here, you could go with some Warcry sticks or whatever it is you want to do with your build. I would suggest getting 2 Warcry sticks or 2 Heart of the Oaks there. So if you're using Enigma, which I'm going to be using, you could use that to teleport to wherever you want to go. And it's really good for the cast rate and the skills for battle orders. Now, the most expensive part of this build, I believe, besides Griffins, is the Infinity on the Mercenary here. So this is going to be really big for the damage dealing part. Infinity, Treachery, and Vampire Gaze. So, and as far as any of my switch gear, I'm supposed to have an Enigma on here, but we'll get that on here in a minute. So I'll have Enigma on Switch, and that's about it for the items there, guys. We'll go over to the skills. I'll completely reset my skills for you guys so I can just give you a complete rundown of what I'm going to be doing with my skills. So 20 in the Frenzy. It's too bad the attributes don't or the skills don't have an attributes button where you can just spend all the points in one skill. I really wish they added that in the game, but they didn't. So 20 points in the Frenzy, 20 points in the Double Swing, 1 point in Elite. Like I said, guys, I'm really going for a lot of damage here. 1 point in the Natural Resistance, 1 point increased speed, 20 Sword Mastery, 20 taunt. That's for more damage on my frenzy because it's synergy. Can go with 1 item find, 1 shout, 1 battle orders, 1 battle command. Actually 2 battle orders. So the reason why I only put 1 point in the battle orders is because, like I said, this is a damage dealing build for me, and me personally, I really don't see the need for me to have a ton of points in the battle orders when I'm trying to do damage with this build. So as you guys can see right now with the battle orders that I have right now, I have 3.6k health, and that is way more than any character needs. And I'm using Drax, so my survivability is just going to be insane either way. Even though my defense kind of sucks and my resistances are a little bit low, for me, I feel like that's enough. That's enough for defenses and things like that. But that's just how I personally want to play the build, and I want to really be doing a lot of damage. So, but it's all up to you. If you want to add more points into battle orders, you could go ahead and do that. So what we'll do is we'll just do players 1 for now. And I'll show you guys how well it works on players 1. Then we'll go and do some chaos probably on players 4. And then at the end, I will show you guys players 8. So just make sure you check the description below if you guys want to skip to that certain part of the video. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be casting, we're going to be doing a lot of frenzy damage, and we're going to be doing chain lightning, and static field. So it's all based on the percentages of how many times I'm going to land those. But since I have a really high attack rating, and I'm going to be swinging really fast, I'm going to be casting a lot of those spells. So and it's not like a see, I already took him out. It's not like a sorceress where you see them like, you know, casting actually casting the spell. With a barbarian, you know, it's kind of just instant and you don't see them do any animation for the spell. So, you know, you kind of don't always notice it, but you could see a little bit of lightning going on in there. That's how I think most of the spells that cast on striking work. You know, there's no spell animation or anything like that. It just happens, see? Getting some static fields in there. Chain lightnings. I really do a lot of physical damage, and I'm taking out the monsters so fast, so really have to clicky click there. So that was pretty easy. Alright, so we're gonna do a chaos run. I'm gonna run through chaos, and I think it's gonna take a long time on players 8, so we're just gonna do players 4. We'll run down there. This is usually how I run the chaos when I'm playing a barbarian. If the sorceresses are just being really lazy, which they are sometimes, very, very lazy in public games, I'll just go and just run myself. 1 point in the leap is your poor man's teleport, I guess. Mercenary's like bugged out over there. One thing I did not set up on this build is cannot be frozen. I probably should have put 1 Cham rune into Griffin's Eye, but you know, I make mistakes, guys. I make mistakes sometimes, you know. Probably a Chamrune in the Griffin's Eye. Ooh, Diablo walks the earth. D2SE. Man, that like scared me a bit. Yeah, Diablo walking the earth works really weird on D2SE. Sometimes he just spawns. If you sell one Stone of Jordan to him, to the merchants, then he just spawns either way. So that's how it works on D2SE. I guess we could try and kill him. I personally don't think it's going to work. It might work. If it does, it's going to take a long time to kill him. I'm not too sure if he gets spawned in the Chaos Sanctuary either. So we'll just have to see. But back to what I was saying, yeah, I would probably put like one Chamrune in there. Just kind of get your prevent yourself from being frozen, because that drives me nuts. So here's a good monster to kind of test the elemental damage on. You can see he has stone skin and he's immune to physical damage, so it's not a lot of, there's no physical damage going on there. But I think I took him out so quick at first because of static field. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be clearing this like a true chain lightning sorceress or anything. If it was a chain lightning sorceress, you'd be blowing through this. But it's a fun little build to play, and you know, it gets the job done. If you're with your friends or something like that, obviously, you know, you're going to be doing just fine. I think a lot of Diablo 2 players are just a little bit too crazy about you know, oh, if you can't do a chaos run in 3 minutes, then your character sucks type thing, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, even if I do have a good build that can clear pretty fast, I kind of don't like clearing chaos too fast. Then it just gets boring too fast. I really like to just chill a little bit and just take my time. The mana burners are pissing me off. So, I mean, as you guys can see, the damage is pretty nice here. I'm digging it. It's kind of one to give you guys a nice example of how much damage the build can do on certain difficulty settings. So I didn't want to go through and just do the whole chaos run. I just want to get a good group of monsters there and just give you guys an example. That is one strange amulet right there. So I think what we'll do is we'll try players 8, and also what I'm going to do is I'm going to go try and see what the Diablo clone is up to. I'm going to put my attack rating way up because I know it's going to go way down when I try to fight them. Let's see, where do we want to spawn them? Probably spawn them with Rakanishu, maybe. Somewhere around here. That's a nice tool. 15 increased attack speed. 18 fire resistance. You know, I could put that in my I'll put that on my mercenary's helmet. That'll work. Now I know you're supposed to spawn Diablo clone at the nearest unique monster, but I don't know where the nearest one is. Well, he didn't spawn here. Rakanishu spawn them? Yeah, there we go. Oh shit. Oh, I can't get out. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna need something to make... Oh, I got a Raven Frost right there. Very nice. I'll actually put that on. Alright, well, let's see what this guy can do versus Diablo clone. Gotta clear out all these extra monsters first. Alright, well, I got auto attack on, and let's see what he can do. Looks like the static field took him down a little bit. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of the damage is probably just coming from Frenzy, Open Wounds, Crush and Blow, and all that. Right now, it's probably just based off my physical damage and my Open Wounds. So, lightning damage definitely helps, so. It's a really nice way to put on auto attack, though, when you're playing Diablo 2 in windowed mode. I kind of just click down the spell that I'm going to use and then just take the mouse off the window and then it just auto attacks for me. It's the only way I know how to auto attack in Diablo 2 without having to press anything. I don't know, looks like eventually we're going to take him out. My mercenary doesn't die. Mercenary's got to get that life leech in, dude, from that vampire gaze. Yep, he's going down. Chain Lightning Barbarian defeats Uber Diablo. Life tap, don't fail me now. Nice, dude. Very nice. So yeah, the 80%, that's one thing I usually talk about, guys, is your attack rating drops against bosses. I'm using Blessed Aim for my Mercenary, Angelic Set, and a Raven Frost, and my chance to hit him was only 80%. It's not very high for how much attack rating I have on my character for this. So, alright, let's see what stats are in this one. 13, 16, 8. So, nice, dude. Very nice, man. Well, that was a cool little treat there. Alright, so before we wrap up the video, guys, I will show you an 8-player example of this character. So set the players to 8. And let's see what this see what the Barbarian can do. Also didn't mention my attributes, guys. You know, just enough dex to use the phase blades, enough strength to use your gear, rest, vitality. Alright, let's do this 8 players. Wow. Very nice, dude. Very nice. I guess it is pretty effective on 8 players. Actually, really nice. The Chain Lightning Barbarian Beast. Getting scared there that my life tap wasn't gonna get off. We'll just leap over these guys and take this fool out. Takes a little bit longer to kill bosses, you know. It is on players 8, and it's Chain Lightning. Oh, my Goblin Toes broke. That sucks. Wonder how that happened already. Alright guys, well that wraps up this video. Chain Lightning Barbarian. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this build. Make sure you check the description below. You guys can see all the skills and all the items and everything that I used. And that is about it. Got a nice little surprise there from Uber Diablo. I thought that was pretty cool that we took him out. So that is about it. So I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe if you want to keep up with Diablo 2 content. Links for all my Twitch, YouTube gaming, Patreon, all that good stuff is in the description below. My name is Xtimus. Love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon.